Hey Scrappy friends, thanks for stopping by my channel. It's Audrey. Today I have a page to share for Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. I chose this cut flower called If Friends Were Flowers. I'd pick you. I have a really cute photo of my daughter picking some flowers, so I thought that this cut file would be great. So I noticed in this file that the words are justified on the right hand side, so I felt like I should probably put the title all the way to the right of the page. And I just drew a box there that was the size of my photo just to kind of gauge what size to cut my cut file. And I have cut that out, and I'm going to work with my background paper here. Add some gesso and a little bit of white paint just to kind of give it a softer background so that I can put some mixed media over the top. I'm using a sponge brush because I couldn't find my normal paintbrush. It was somewhere. My kids probably took it, but the white gesso wasn't as white as I wanted it to be, so I'm going to just go over it a little bit with some white acrylic paint just to make it a little bit whiter. So the gesso helps with, you know, when you're applying mixed media to the background, but if you do want it a little bit whiter, I find that white acrylic paint helps. So in addition to cutting out the outline of the file, I went back, and I wish I had captured this on video, but I didn't. I went back and I cut out just the insides of the letters so that I didn't have to fussy cut out all of the letters to back this cut file. And when I cut out the letters, I offset them just a tiny bit. By also offsetting them in Silhouette Studio makes them a little bit bigger, just so that they could fit behind the white pieces of the outline. So as you can see here, this is the inside of the letters, and they do weld together. So it's so much easier than fussy cutting out the whole background. So that's a little trick that you can do. It takes some time in Silhouette Studio to do that, but I think it saves you time in the long run from having to fussy cut all the pieces out or back it and trim it and all that stuff. In terms of what I'm using here, I'm using, I think this is the April Hip Kit Club kit, some papers from that, maybe some of the March papers too. I don't know, I kind of just mix them all together. I was really hesitant about using such a busy pattern paper to fill in the letters because I did not know, because the cut file itself is kind of busy, because I wasn't sure if like a busy cut file with a lot of details and then a piece of paper that wasn't a solid was going to work. So I took a chance, and I actually really like how this comes out. Okay, so I just went around the edge with that, and I got all of my letters backed there. So yeah, I like how this looks. I haven't punched out. There are some little bits that are still inside some of the spots that I didn't punch out. Okay, so I'm showing you here that I accidentally missized the inside, like the insides of the letters that have like an O or a D or a P. I offset them instead of internally offsetting them, so they were a little bit off. But so if you look at the R, the D, the O's, and I think that's it. You can see that I don't have the insides of those letters, but I will go back at the very end. They're over on the right side of my desk right now, underneath my black scraper there. I will go back and put them in at the very end. The back side of the flower paper that I used to back my cut file was this yellow gingham, and I love gingham. I think it's so pretty, and because it's such a geometric print and it just goes so well with florals. So I decided to add a little burst of yellow on the right there, and you can see my photo, and I backed my photo with a pink piece of paper that kind of matches some of the flowers as well. All of these things I'm using, again, came from several different kits, and it's funny because, like, if you go back the past few months and you just go through, you can find almost a lot of the collections for these different manufacturers, and I like to work by collection because then you don't have to worry about, you know, mixing and matching exactly. It's all mixed and matched for you. So I do like to scrap by collection. Okay, so I really love green, and I love this shimmers. This is definitely my most favorite color shimmers. It's called Celery. I just love this color green. Earlier, when I was trying to back my photo, I initially was going to back it with green paper, but it was just a little too dark, and I felt that my photo has a lot of green in it, so I took a pink paper instead to back my photo instead of the green. But I am going to go with a little bit of green in the background here. I do add in a little bit of yellow. I think the yellow is sunflower, maybe? Sunflower? And then a tiny bit of peach, and I just do some sprinkles of peach on the page. Some splatters. Okay, so I will go through and let that dry, and then I did go over a couple times with a heat gun. All right, now to do embellishing, and again, I'm not going to do a ton here because, like I said, I have a busy cut file, a lot of details. I've backed it with pattern paper that's also rather busy, so I'm not going to go heavy on the embellishments. But this paper has to be fussy cut out. It just screams to be fussy cut. So I'm going to go through and fussy cut a couple of these flowers. I wasn't going to do that at first. I was just going to use the flower stickers and some of the things that come on the other accent sheets. But when I looked at the back of this paper, I'm like, yeah, I got to cut some of these out. So I'll spend a few minutes doing that. I wanted an element that was circular to go to the left of my photo so that I could put a brad on it because I have this package of brads. And the brads were kind of small and I wanted them to stand out a little bit more, so I picked one of these Pink Fresh Studio stickers. And then, of course, a cute sticker that says flowers. So you can see on my cut file that there are other details like flowers that are outlined in white that I have not backed yet. And I was going to do that and back them, but I kind of liked how it looked with them open. And I liked putting some of these fussy cut flowers behind just to kind of add another layer of interest. So I am not going to back all the little bits on this cut file. I'm going to leave a lot of it white. I just thought it was going to get to be too much and kind of take away from some of the words if I had backed all of the little flowers and everything else there. These are teeny, teeny, tiny stickers from this puffy sticker sheet, and they're super cute, so I like just scattering those around. And now I'm going to start to commit and glue things down. I really wanted to add twine on my page to kind of pick up on that yellow gingham. There's a lot of yellow on the right, so I felt like I needed some more yellow on the left. So I was trying to find a place to put it. I wanted to put it around my brad, but that just wasn't looking right. So I'm going to tie it around the sticker here. And I'm going to have it go vertically instead of horizontally because the sticker goes, well, the edge of the sticker is kind of vertical. So I'm going to have it be oriented that way. I don't know why I'm fussing with this so much. It's not going to stay like that. I'm just trying to see, I guess, how the length of the ends that I want to put on. Okay, and then this cut file, again, very easy to, now that the letters are back, it's very easy just to add glue and stick it down. I had thought about popping it off the page, but gosh, that was going to be too much work. It takes me a long time to do these pages anyway. I mean, sometimes cut files like this can take you a couple hours to back if you're going to back every little piece. I'm going to stick these down in the background. I do pop up a couple things. I do pop up some of the flowers and around my photo and down along the bottom edge of the cut file. So again, wanting a little bit more yellow on the left, I'm just going to add a teeny tiny speck of this yellow gingham, torn yellow gingham over on the left to help balance that a little bit. Tuck these flowers under. So last thing I do here is to make those letters stand out a little bit more. Oh, I do add a couple more brads here and there. I felt like I needed to make the words pop, so I am going to go through with my pen and outline every single letter, and I think it does just add a little bit of pop. I add some journaling and a date on the top, and there is the final product. I love how this came out. I'm so glad I took the chance on using a busy pattern paper for the background of these letters. I just think it came out really pretty. I love how that looks. And I love this little cluster too. Such pretty colors for spring and summer pages. I'm pretty sure this is Cardabella papers. card ballot collection. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video today. Be sure to go to the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy store and check out this cut file as well as several others. Stay scrappy, friends!